from homeless to making $59,000 in about 5 months. Guys, this is Mike with my Real Estate Dojo, and for many of you that have been following me for years, you guys know the story. I came to America as a refugee after college with $100. I decided to live in my car and start a business instead of get a job and work for the man in the cubicle and driving traffic. I was able to turn that $100 in 3 businesses. One company that I owned for 14 years, debt free. I started with $100, my moving company. Then I went into starting the Mr. Investor, where I buy houses, and I had many rental properties. And then I went into starting my own brokerage firm, where I had a real estate broker, multiple agents, people older than my parents working for me. So that's my story. So I went from, living $25 a week in my pocket, going through college, and then graduating only having $100 to making multi-million dollars in my 3 businesses for roughly about 15 years, guys. Again, this whole process, I never borrowed any money. I didn't go into debt. I didn't do any of this stuff like most of the other guys do. I just used my imagination, creativity, and then I hit the success that I imagined my goal was. And when I got on top of the mountain, I wasn't happy. Okay, I own all these material things. Like I own my dream car, $100,000 Mercedes-Benz SL 550, top of the line, etc. I own my dream motorcycle. I own my dream toys like ATVs and multiple motorcycles and jet skis and etc. Okay, I was the boss and I had people working for me. Okay, I had multiple cars. However, life was still pretty empty. Okay, I wasn't happy. I thought that once I hit $1 million, I would be happy. Well, and when I got to that top of the mountain, I wanted to climb another mountain. And then once I climbed that mountain, I wanted to climb another mountain. And once I climbed that mountain, nothing would satisfy my hunger. And I was always feeling that I wasn't successful. I was always feeling that I was less. I felt like, I'm behind in life, no matter how much I achieved. I come from parents that are illiterate. My mom can't even read or write, okay? Both my parents don't have a high school education. So I'm the very first one in my family that has a college degree. So you would think I would feel good about that, but no. I was the first one in my family to make $1 million. You think I would feel good about that? And I did, right? And I did feel amazingly good when I made it, right? But after a while, I had emptiness. And the more material things I bought, the more I surrounded myself with material things and material success, the more depressed that I became, the more I fell into the darkness, okay? When I went and bought, X, I would feel good for a couple of days or a couple of weeks, and then I would feel bad. Then I went and buy Y, whatever it was. If it was my dream car or a new toy or whatever, I would feel good for a short period of time, and then I would feel empty again. And the problem was that every time I felt empty, I would feel that hole bigger than last time. So what I realized is that my cancer of consumption of these material things or material success, it gets me high, but just like a sugar high, I crash down and I'm even more tired. I'm even more depressed and more in darkness. And that's when I realized that the more I try to buy my way to success, the more I try to win success through material rewards like trophies and bling bling and shiny things, that one, I'm not satisfying my purpose on life. And then 2, I'm not happy. And then 3, I realize this cycle of up and down emotional roller coaster and how I get darker and darker with every success. And 4, I realized that, everyone around me, that I love and are now trying to hate on me. Like, I had my brother, stealing from me and backtraining me. I had my cousin stealing from me. And, people that, I try to help out, that I cared for, now we're all stabbing in my back, and I couldn't believe it. Even employees and people, some employees of mine that, didn't have cars, and I give them money, thousands of dollars to get a car, or, bought their kids a car, where, just not really appreciating all the stuff I would do for them, and, and actually betraying me. And with that going on in my life, me going to a divorce, me buying material things, me having all these responsibilities, because running 3 businesses, and then, then the 4th business, which is, being a landlord, it was, very taxing on me, and then I just remember thinking to myself, why do I need all this money? Like, why do I need all these rental properties? I'm only just one guy. At that time, I didn't even have a kid. Like I said, I was divorced. I was just a one guy, man. Why did I need so many cars? Why did I need so many houses? Why do I need so many businesses? I'm just one guy. I thought I was never going to have a kid, and I thought I was just going to me die. And I thought, well, why do I need so much stuff? Because all this stuff, my insurance, my rentals insurance, was so much money because all the properties I own. My commercial insurance for my business was so much money because all the properties, all the vehicles I own. For example, each of my moving trucks, and I had 7, cost me $1,000 per month for just commercial auto insurance. Okay, now in the moving business, there's a bunch of different other insurances, so it's not just that. So I looked around and I thought, man, I'm paying so much money to all these vendors. I'm getting all these vendors rich, which is okay when I was happy, but now I'm not even happy now. Right? I'm not happy. I'm working all the time, in a sense, and when I say I was working, like, I wouldn't even show up to work, but I was working with my mind and try to develop the business and try to come up with strategies, new marketing plans, new way to do stuff, so I always had my mind occupied. And so I decided, you know what? Enough is enough. I'd done all this stuff for my family. They betrayed me. I'd done all this stuff for my other friends. They're betraying me. I'd done all this stuff for my employees. They betrayed me. One a good example is in the 2006 fourth quarter, when the market crashed, every company I knew was firing their employees. I didn't fire one employee. All right. I kept all my employees, even though business had gone down significantly because the real estate market has crashed. And guess what? I'm in the real estate business. I own a moving company. I own a brokerage firm. I didn't fire any of my employees. I just kept paying them. I just dig into my savings and make sure, I took care of them. And then I realized that I'm doing all this stuff for all these people that don't appreciate me, from employees to family to, workers to friends. And I thought, man, and I have so much excessive stuff. Like, I have all these cars, I had 6, 7 motorcycles, I had 3 ATVs, like so much stuff that I didn't even need. And I'm like, I'm just only me. Why do I need 3 ATVs? It's just me. Why do I need 6, 7 motorcycles? It's only me. Why do I need so many different cars? It's only me. Why do I need so many different businesses? And I realized that I haven't spent any time with myself. Right out of college, I ran out there, slept in my car to start a business. So I decided, guys, I'm going to just let go of everything I had. I didn't even sell it. I had a business worth multi-million dollars, and I just let it go. Actually, what I tried to do is I called 3 people that I knew. 2 of them one of them was a student, and I just called him. I said, hey, man, I'd like to give you this business for free. And the poor guy was, and I now understand that why none of these people wanted to take my business, because I offered them my business for free. They didn't even have to pay me anything. I was just gonna give it to them as a gift, because I didn't want to close it down. It was a successful business. It still make money. It could have made more money, but I wasn't even in there, and I didn't show it any more love, and it could have made money. So I just tried to gift it to my students and close friends of mine. Okay, 3 people. And they all turned it down, and I couldn't believe it, right? One of them was a student of mine. I told him, hey, man, you could have this business for free, the moving business. You could have it for free. You can have all the vehicles, the movers, etc. Just run it, dude, and you can make a lot of money. But he couldn't make a decision, and I knew by reading the Rich Dad, Poor Dad, that if somebody can't make a decision quick, they're probably not going to have success in their lives. And that's one of the main reasons why I don't sell you guys on the dojo or any of my courses, is because if you can't pull on the trigger yourself, if you can't come up with a rational decision in your mind towards your goal, then your odds of success are slim. And that's why I don't sell people, all right? to get into my courses or coaching. I know other people do, but I don't. And then the reason why my student couldn't make a decision to get a free business that's been in business for 14 years, guys. 14 years debt free, no debt, surplus, everything's paid off. And my student couldn't take it, couldn't make a decision. So I said, you know what, let me go to the next guy. The next guy is a friend of mine from high school that I hadn't seen for a long time. And, he had gone to prison and he had came out and, he had decided to live a better life. And I said, you know what, man? And he has a good job now. And I went up to him. I said, look, man, I got this business for you. I'd love to just give it to you. You don't have to pay me anything. And he said, look, man, I got a job right now. It pays me really good. I make like $100K a year, and I'm okay with it. And I thought that he was making a mistake too, just like my student, because, he had a job where he could make $100K a month with this business, and it'd be him, and he'd be the boss, and he could grow it. And I know he had a lot of skills, and, he was hungry. He was on the right path. But, I thought that out of all three of these people, he was the least person to take this, because he had the good paying job. The other two people didn't. So I went down to the third person. The third person I talked to was my girlfriend's brother, which is just like, just an employee at Kroger. And I said, hey, dude, we got this business, it's paid for, it runs. I'm going to go become homeless. I'm going to travel America for about a year. And I don't want this business and I don't want to sell it, but it's my baby. I don't want to kill it either, but I don't want to sell it. But if I was going to sell it, I'd rather just kill it myself, because I don't want to sell this business either, And so I offered him the business. I begged him. And again, he was just like the other three people that had their mind in the E quadrant, like Rich Dad, Poor Dad. They didn't see the opportunity of getting a $1 million business. All right. A business that's been in business for 14 years and then just taking it over, dude. So he said, you know what, man, he didn't have the skills, which is 100% true. None of those people had the skills, but I felt like that their life positioning could allow them to get the skills. So he turned me down, and he didn't want the business for free. And so, I didn't have anybody else to give it to. I could have given it to like my brother, but I didn't want him because he was kind of like ruining his life already by all the help I've given him. And so I said, you know what, man, I'll just fucking close this business down, dude. Instead of selling it and letting my baby, abandoning my baby, I'd rather just put her down myself. So that's what I did. One day I just closed down my business and I never opened it again, dude. And that was a 14-year-old business, very successful. It had made me multi-millions of dollars. It funded all my other businesses like Mr. Investor, my brokerage firm, etc. And then everything I own, I just give it to every homeless person I could find at shelters. And, me and Soraya took weeks of doing this. And I ended up with just, 2 backpacks that I posted on Instagram and Facebook. And I went homeless, guys. I went homeless. I drew around. It was just me and my dog and Lucky for 6 months. And we traveled America. And I went homeless. I slept in my car. I slept at parks. I slept at camping sites. I showered every, 2 or 3 days. And I really got to humble myself and, do what Buddha and Christ did, and walk around people, that were like equally with me, but they're just going through hardships. It was truly a eye-opening experience. I was totally away from my comfort zone. I lived in Texas, but I was now in Florida. I was now in Oregon. I was now in California. I was now in all these other states where I didn't know anybody. And, I had money, but I was. If you looked at me, I looked like a homeless person, right? You guys can see my videos on YouTube. My beard was long. I wouldn't take showers, and I was just living in the wilderness and not really in the city, and camping out and being with nature, and I gotta say, it was one of the toughest things in my life, but it was definitely an eye-opener and a great experience, and allowed me to open my eyes and humble myself significantly. And I don't want to say I found the meaning of life in this journey, but, I found more of the meaning of life in this journey than what I realized before. So after being homeless for about a year, I decided to come back, and pick up my girlfriend and us both to go, together go homeless. But not homeless in the sense that now I stopped living in my car and stopped living into campsites, and I just got an efficiency apartment. And for 6 months, what we did is we just went to different states and, and enjoyed nature again. And we didn't work. I turned all my websites off. I didn't have a domain name. I mean, I didn't have anything. I just, I was just being homeless, not taking a shower and just walking around all day. So for 6 months, we went to Colorado, we went to Vegas. I kind of learned around the areas because I knew the crash was coming, and I knew that when the crash comes, I was going to jump back into real estate. And the other part of reasons why I decided I wanted to go homeless is because so many people follow me, and they are having a hard time, and they used to look up to me, and they think, I had an easy life, and they didn't realize that I was a refugee to America, and I did this through my imagination and hard work. So I wanted to go homeless and show people in America that, anyone can become successful in here, man. And you can do it over and over. Even at 40 years old now, I'm 40 years old. And after going homeless, I decided, I need to make some money. And so, I put up my site. It took me like 2 or 3 days of 24 hours a day working. Like 2 days, I just worked straight. I didn't even go to bed. And I have my website up, and in about 6 months, I made a little bit more than $59,000, guys, which is amazing. Now, I know that's not a lot of money. That's actually peanut money for what I used to make in my other business. Like just my moving company, my manager, I used to pay him $70,000. So, if I think about what kind of money I was making to pay my manager $70, and I still had so much other workers in there. That was the top manager. So, but on the other hand, I was just homeless. I didn't have a business. I didn't have a support. I didn't put nothing on a credit card. I didn't borrow any money. I just got up one day and I said, I need to start making some money, and I just started my site and I started making money. And that's how it was, guys. So I went from being homeless, to making $59,000 plus and selling digital products, guys. Okay, that's what was crazy. It's like selling books and courses. Now let me tell you guys, I flunked English, or only got C's and D's. I flunked speech, and for me to be able to speak to you guys and be able to sell products and courses is just crazy, because writing is my worst skills in college and high school. I have ADD and I have all these disabilities that people told me I had, and now I don't believe any of that, because I am very powerful just like you are. And that's why I sit up here and I do this for you guys, because we're powerful, man. We're more powerful than their teachers told us. We're more powerful than the bankers told us. We're more powerful than our credit. We're more powerful than our banking account. We're more powerful than a piece of paper, dude. The Creator put a seed in our soul, and it's my job to come up here and change your life. And thank God that I went through all this misery of having all this stuff in my life, and I wasn't happy. Thank God that I decided to go homeless and go through that suffering. Because of me going through the suffering, I really realized what it really takes to win. And when you want to win in America, you don't need no money. You don't need no support. You don't need people believing in you, dude. What you do need is action. What you do need is action. What you do need is education. What you do need is confidence. What you do need is self-belief in yourself. What you do need is action, dude. And if you do that like I did, I didn't have shit, man. I had some money, but again, I was 40 years old. I had no income for a year and a half. I didn't cash out on my businesses. I had these businesses for 14 years. I could have easily cashed out a lot of money. Like, I sold my houses so darn cheap, dude, and some of them I just let them go to foreclosure, okay? So, I didn't cash out like I should have. And I just made, 10 cents on a dollar, which is great. I'm not complaining about it, because what's crazy is karma. I buy houses from Motivated Seller, and then one day I become motivated, and I was totally okay with that. Okay, so what am I here to tell you guys is that, hey, guys, I'm a refugee. After college, I had $100. I turned into a multi-million-dollar businesses. I decided to give it all up and go homeless because I was unhappy because of having material things, focusing on the shiny things and working 7 days a week for, all this vendors to get vendors rich. I realized that this is not what life's about. I decided to go homeless and learn the meaning of life. And then I came back and, one day decided I need to make some money. I'm tired of being homeless. I figure out how this is. I figure out who I am and what my purpose in life is. I decided, that I love being a minimalist. I don't want to have all the stuff. The stuff don't define me. And I learned that, I really love helping people, right? And some of you guys think I do this coaching or whatever just to make money. That's because you guys didn't know what kind of lifestyle I live. Because back in the day, 2003, 2004, 2005, 2006, I was making so much fucking money. But there was no YouTube, and no one got up and talked about it. I had multiple houses, multiple cars. I was living life up, man. I never had to look into my banking account. I bought every one of my family diamonds and gold, and, I would give everybody free money. There's tons of people I bailed out because their parents had cancer or their wife had cancer or they were sick, $1,000 gifts. And so what I've learned is that, I love changing lives, and material things are just not worth it. Sure, I have to make money to pay for my life, and, and I think that's going to come as a side effect of me helping people. But I don't have to put my focus on, getting paid like I used to. My whole life when I was in high school, I want to be a millionaire. In high school, in college, I want to be a millionaire. And, for a refugee, now that I look back, my only goal was to have $1 million. And to me, that was it, dude, because my parents are illiterate. I come here, the life we live, it's hard to explain, guys. And so $1 million for me was a lot of money. And then guess what? I hit my goal, $1 million. And then I realized, man, life is still so empty. How can you retire at 30 when all your friends work? What the fuck do you do at 30? You don't need to have to work anymore. What do you do? It was just crazy, and depressing and sad. We think that when we buy $100,000 car, or we buy, we make it $10,000 a month, or we make $50,000 a month, or we make $100,000 a month, we're going to feel a certain way. And the truth of the fact is, you will feel a certain way for just a little bit, but end of the day, if you're not doing your soul work, end of the day, if you're not serving God while He put you on earth, I think to myself, why did God allow me to be one of the very few refugees to leave my country? Why did He allow me to live? Because I've been into multiple motorcycle wrecks, multiple car wrecks. I had people with guns on me. I used to run with the gang. I used to live the street life. And, most of my friends were, like I said, in jail or prison. Why am I still here? And, and I realized that I have a purpose, and my purpose is change your life. My purpose is to help you get to where you want to go in life, okay? I have massive amount of skills, guys. I know from everything from IT to real estate, to entrepreneurship, to funnels, to, I could just go on. And the reason is, I've never had a job, and I became the alchemist where I turned my ideas into money. I've been doing that since high school, college, and I'm now 40 years old. Now I went homeless. I had multi-million-dollar businesses, real estate, and I let it all go, and went homeless for a year and a half. And then I realized that I could do it all over again. And I knew that from the very beginning. And I did it all. And like I just told you, I just made $59,000 in less than 6 months. And I didn't borrow any money. I didn't put anything on a credit card. Just used my imagination, creativity. And that's not a lot of money either. But from not having anything, not having a store, not having any helpers, not employees, and not being able to write, not being able to speak, I have stuttering problems, I have all these fucking bullshit problems, right? But I still was able to do what my disabilities were, which I came and write, and I wrote books, and made money off books, which is crazy. I never used to read in high school, and to get life like that, where you come with nothing and you make your life and then you give it all away and then you come back and make some more, I realized like how truly blessed I am, and how truly blessed you are, and how truly blessed we are to live in America or any free country. And I know that the purpose of my life is not about to make fake money or papers. I've done that for like 14, 15 years, maybe even 20 years of my life. I dedicated to chasing material things, like drop tops, $100,000 drop tops, to, cash flow, to, building, multiple employees. And I realized that life is more than that, as I watched my mom being in the hospital from, cancer, multiple cancers, to my dad having multiple heart attacks, to losing friends. I know I'm gonna die one day, and I know you're gonna die one day, and that's the truth. And my thing is, do I want to work every damn day on that rat race, just generating money for myself and money for myself like I have in the past? And I was a very giving guy, and I give to everyone with my money. Or do I want to just change people's lives, because when I was giving money to people, it corrupted people. Like, corrupted my brother, it corrupted my family members, where they stole from me, it corrupted my friends. Where here, when I help you guys become successful, I only give, and what you do with what you took in, what you receive, it's all on you. And if you do bad stuff, then it's not really on me, in a sense. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't want you to do the bad stuff, and that's why a lot of times I kick out people from the dojo, because they don't have the right ethics. And I don't think they're bad people. I just think that right now they're just made bad decisions in their lives, and they could change too, like I've changed. I wasn't always an ethical person, and that's because I wasn't ethical. Now I'm an ethical guy, and I'm never gonna do anything against my word, because who I have to make happy is me. I have to keep promises to myself. I don't make promises to myself, and my life ain't worth shit, dude. You know what I mean? It ain't worth nothing. So, and when I wasn't unethical, I was unethical to myself, right? And I realized I don't want to live a life like that. I want to be the guy of value. I want to be the guy of ethics. I want to be the guy that, man, they say, you know what, man, I tried to give this guy money, and he turned me down because he said I didn't have my mind right. And I've already done that with so many people. I can give you a list of people, that have paid me thousands of dollars, and I just refund their money after I render services to them. There's people that bought my books and done something shady. I refund their money and let them keep my books. And, because I don't do it for money, dude. And I know I'm the alchemist, and I know I have the formula to turn nothing, my imagination, creativity, into something. Everything around us in the world was created someone's imagination, and that's the most powerful thing. And my job is to help you realize that you're powerful, that the God who you believe in has planted a powerful seed in your heart, and that you can do anything. If I can go from homeless, not even know how to write or read, and then create books and sell it and make, almost 60 grand in like less than a year, like less than 6 months, with someone who had a job to do. And, then you can do anything as well, guys. All right. Now I'm just starting my journey all over again. And sometimes it's depressing, dude. Sometimes, now that I have a kid, I didn't think I was going to have a kid. Now that I have a kid, sometimes I think about, why did I let go of all my riches? Because I got to start all over, right? So sometimes I get depressed by that, because before when I didn't have a kid, because it's exactly what I want to be. But now I have a kid, and I don't want her to go through the same struggles that me and my parents had to go through as refugees. And even though that I'm okay with, sleeping on a fucking air mattress, or sleeping on the floor, or sleeping on grass, I don't want that for my baby. I want her to make her own decisions. So I want to be able to provide her with, a lifestyle, not of riches, but, the basic comfortable needs, because when I was homeless, I didn't even have a home, dude. I used to take showers, like I said, every 3 days or 2 days, and you can see it on my Instagram or on my Facebook. So I'm just keeping it real with you guys. So sometimes I do get, depressed and I have regrets. Then why did I give away all my riches? You know how hard it is to, work 14 years and build a little empire and just walk away from it, not even cash out. And sometimes I have these thoughts, right? Like, by me getting up here and showing you guys how to make money, I became a target. People want to sue me, and people want to just, mouth me, or just, steal from me, or, or just the dumbest things, guys, just because I'm trying to help you guys out, I put up a lot of my own money to make these videos, guys, for you guys. I put a lot of my time into this, and I did it in 2013. I wasn't even selling anything, guys. I did it for like 4 or 5 years, not selling anything. I just did it for free, dude. I didn't have shit to sell. So what am I trying to say? That you're powerful, that I believe in you, I believe in myself, I believe in America, I believe in God, I believe that we are the change for the future, and I believe that if we work our heart, soul's purpose, that we can have everything we want. And sometimes that I do reflect back in the past and think about, what the fuck did I do? I know that deep down in my heart, I am doing the right thing, and I'm going to get everything that's deserved to me. And that's why I have this for the past couple of days. I've been having flashes of 19 million in 19 days. 19 million in 19 days. 19 million in 19 days. And and this flash of idea comes to me like the creator is telling me, 19 million in 19 days. And so I'm letting you guys know, I'm not working for money, but I'm about to make 19 million in 19 days. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to make 19 million in 19 days, man. And so from homeless to making $59,000 in less than 6 months, to coming up with an idea to make 19 million in 19 days. So I'll leave you with that, guys, that you can be anywhere in life and be your dreams. And when I do make my 19 million in 19 days, guess what? I'm not going to buy anything fancy with it. I'm still going to, live modestly. And I'm going to take this money and I'm going to help out all these people that I wanted to, like in all these countries and all these homeless people and all these vets and all these causes that I believe in. Because, I don't believe in money. It's fake money. But I do believe in doing good, right? And if I get some fake papers, I will turn that fake into love for my brothers and sisters out there. So guys, I leave you with this, that you're powerful. You can do anything in the world you put your mind to. If a guy can come to America as a refugee, doesn't even speak English, then turn $100 into 3 businesses, give it all away, go homeless, come back and make 50 grand or 60 grand in 6 months or less, and there's no reason why you can't. And I believe in you. I know you guys can do it. You just gotta hustle, man. You gotta do the calling, and it's gonna be hard work, but I'm willing to do it. And follow me and follow your dreams, and let's do it together. See you, gang.